Before we get into today's episode, if you've ever had to heal in silence, fight through what nobody saw, or find your way while holding wounds you couldn't explain, my books were written for you. And even if you haven't lived it yourself, my writing is for anyone who wants to better understand the silent weight so many carry behind closed doors. I'm Soleil, author of If Only I Had a Home and The Wounds from a Healing Heart. And more books are coming soon. You can find my books on Barnes& and Noble, Amazon, or through my link tree. No gossip, just talk. Now, let's get into this episode. Welcome back to No Gossip, Just Talk. Today's episode, we're talking about what kind of person are we when nobody's watching? Not the version that shows up when it's convenient. We're talking about the version of us that exists when there's no audience. It's just us and our choices. Now, think about this. Have you ever noticed how some actions only happen when other people are in the room? That's the real definition of character. Who we really are shows up when the spotlight's gone. It's easy to act right around folks, but do we keep that same energy when it's just us? It's kind of like how some of us act one way in public but flip the script behind closed doors. Or maybe just a select few know the real us and the rest of the world only sees the filtered version. But let's be clear, it's not always about doing wrong in private. Sometimes it's about the things we ignore, the emotions we sweep under the rug, the habits we downplay. Now, don't get me wrong, even though nobody's perfect and we're all a work in progress, character isn't just about how we treat others, it's about how we treat ourselves. It's about how we show up without validation. Are we in alignment between who we say we are and how we live when it's just us? We live in a world that's all about image, but the version we see in the mirror, that one does not lie. At some point, we gotta ask ourselves, are we living to be accepted or are we becoming someone we can actually respect? Now, this whole idea plays out differently for everybody because we all come from different walks of life. Some of us were raised in households or maybe communities where image was everything, where we had to be polished, polite, pleasing. We were never taught how to unlearn perfection. We always had to chase it. And then there are people who are the same, whether someone's around or not. They're consistent, they check in, they help just because that's the real them. That's who they really are. And let's talk about those still figuring it out, still unlearning who we were told to be. Some of us played so many roles. We played the strong one, the fixer, the peacemaker, that we don't even know who we are outside of those titles. But even with all of that confusion, there are folks who wear many hats and they still find a way to hold themselves accountable, whether eyes are on them or not. And finally, let's not forget the part of us that only shows up when we're alone with our thoughts. The stuff we do out of habit, not intention. The way we talk to ourselves. Most of us will take care of everybody else, but neglect ourselves. How we speak about others when no one's around. And then let's be honest, the way we justify our behavior, especially when we know deep down that was not right. And also what we do when we're bored, lonely, or distracted. Those are the patterns shaping who we're becoming. Now, to bring it back to the main question, who we are when nobody's watching. Do we check our ego when it flares? Do we own our mess without passing blame? Do we sit with the hard truths instead of running from them? Do we pause before sending that petty text? And I can go on, but even though these moments don't mean we're bad people, they do tell us where our character stands right now. It's those everyday choices. That's our real reflection. Our habits tell the story. So here are my takeaways. It's easy to show up for others, but do we show up for ourselves? What we do in private, that reveals the life we lead in public. And even if we try to split ourselves into two versions, the real one always finds its way out. And this isn't about beating ourselves up every time we slip up. It's about acknowledging our flaws without letting them define us. It's about committing to growth daily. Because becoming better, that takes discipline, restraint, and consistency. That's the balance. Giving ourselves grace, but also expecting more. And most importantly, the version of ourselves that no one sees, that's the one who impacts our peace the most. That's the one we should be rooting for because that's the one guiding us through life. Everybody's got moments that we're not proud of, but the parts we don't like, we can change them. It's never too late to be the version of us we respect. So let's ask ourselves daily, am I proud of the person I live with internally? All right, y'all, that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you for listening to No Gossip Just Talk. Make sure you subscribe, share the show, and stick around for more episodes to come. And ciao for now.